Yeah, man. So we back at it again. The last topic we was talking about, you know, how social media became the new shopping mall. This topic we gonna talk about, uh, you know, AI. Let me see what. Hold on one second. AI and what's the appropriate use for it. So, I think this topic right here is very troublesome for a couple of people because well, it's like it's the constant wrestle between like what's real, what's fake, what looks, polished, what looks the same. I'm seeing a lot of talk about artists feeling like they shouldn't use AI to write their music or make their beats. I haven't really seen too much pushback on art because I hear the criticisms of art because I'm connected to people that create the art, but at the same time, I don't see it as a mass concern when it comes to cover art. However, when it comes to music, it's interesting, right? Because, and I'm just trying to find a beat here that we could vibe to. I'll play Mega Man. Or no. Let me not play Mega Man. I'm gonna go to Forever and Always. I'm gonna say that. Yeah. So. Girl, I know it's been a while. So it's like got a job cooking content, pushing on the map, engage with the metaverse, drop a couple tracks, and so it's like boom, right? Like, to be honest, for me, I'ma be a cyborg in this shit. I'm an artist, I'm a musician. How I vet out and search and research for information, ChatGPT and other applications like it. It's an army Swiss knife. We all got a digital army Swiss knife, and depending on the level of details and expression, like for me, if I'm using ChatGPT, I might just I'ma just turn on the option where I can record myself talking, and as long as I'm vivid and descriptive of the things I want, shit, even down to like measurements, thumbnail sizes for certain platforms, I'm able to create by pushing a button, sharing my thoughts, and seeing what it can generate. Now, I might not be in the realm of making my artwork from scratch or using certain Photoshop tools and learning so much how to layer, because using the ChatGPT, I could push a button and it'll generate all the things that I gave it, right? But and then someone else can be like, well, since they do that as a profession, that's why I should take what they do serious. But the thing is, everything is shifting that way. The more technology advances, a college degree becomes useless. You know what I'm saying? I hate to break it to you motherfuckers. A lot of you motherfuckers that went to these schools, y'all don't want to admit it, but I already know that a lot of y'all went there to have freedom from your parents, or probably because your parents told you so, to be something instead of bringing shame to the family. or you just wanted to make new friends because you was a loser or a nobody in your high school and grades before, so now you think that you older and you in a dorm so you can fuck now and eat whenever, and you not around anybody to hold you to a standard like your parents to be like, yo, don't do that, do it like this, or go in for that. It's like, now you recognize, like, yo, you're in a playground, you know, dealing with other people on the same playing field, and it's like this simulation that you guys buy into by going into college. The same way how it's a simulation going to a mall and seeing how it harbors other multi-simulations in one simulation. It's like a portal for other avenues, right? And so what happens is, from the mall topic to the AI topic, is that the portals get expensive to go through because maybe the companies aren't making enough as they thought they would by sharing, you know, their commerce with other stores and other entities in one spot. So they said, you know what, let's be unique and let's build our stores elsewhere to where they can come to us more directly than losing their attention to other competition from other stores, right? And so the reason why this goes into AI is because AI is replacing jobs, and I'm not saying it's gonna be the best at what it does, right? But human beings did operate and make this shit to enhance it over time and evolve it, and it could get to a point where shit is so identical that you don't even know what's real anymore. And I think a lot of people are already there, you know what I'm saying? And you know, me personally, as an artist, I'm never gonna let ChatGPT write my rhymes for me. Never. However, right, the same way how I use Google with learning a word or a catchphrase or figuring out how to spell something or where something came from, and then when I look at the reference point of all of its origin, I'm able to be like, oh, that word reminded me of a movie, or that movie reminded me of a book, and now I'm able to find other sources of information that can help add to my mindset of creating this song. And look, sometimes everything I learn on the spot ain't always applied. I'll stash what I've learned, or I'll check mark them, bookmark them, whatever, and I'll save it for later to go back to it, because I know I found fascination in it right now, but that doesn't mean it's needed right now to use it right now. You know what I mean? I know it's going to come back around to where I'm going to use it at some point. And usually that's how it works out for me. That's why I encourage and implore everybody to take notes on themselves, what they like, what they do, because the apps that you're on every day is already taking notes of that. You know, from the pictures you like, from the conversations you have, it's harvesting all of that data anyway. So you might as well just learn yourself from the things that you're interacting with to determine, you know, if you're a creative, what you're gonna create next. It's just that simple, right? But a lot of people, you know, that take their profession serious, they have gripes. They feel away. Like, I'm not a beat maker yet. I got beat machines and shit like that. You know, I'm with my mans where I could feed him ideas and even sound out what I'm saying the beat might need. He could find that shit, and he know how to import it, and I know how to import sounds, so it's not even an import thing. It's more so learning the layout of your DAW, your system, right? Some people use Pro Tools or Logic or Ableton, whatever you use to figure it out, you know what I'm saying, like, and map it out. You know what I mean? That's a world you gotta invest in learning how to operate. Simple. So with that said, you know, learning anything is gonna take its time, right? I've spent a lot of my years learning how to write music, make music, promote music, you know, sell music, birth music, collaborate music. You know what I'm saying? I went to school for creative writing, so even different levels of writing, playwriting, screenwriting, poems and short form, long form, and just other ways of just expanding your reach with the skill set of writing and focusing, right? A lot of it really is just focusing, learning how to fucking focus, how to really lock in, zero in on a topic, and find your references to complete the said research paper, right? Instead of ChatGPT in a research paper, what I could do is be like, yo, chat, I want to talk about X, Y, Z in the third. I want it in MLA format, Times New Roman 12 font, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You give it the specifics, double space, and it's gotta be like, this teacher, she pressing us, it's gotta be like at least 20 pages. Can you break down for me the topics that I could talk about for each paragraph, to where it's enough to get to 20 pages? And then boom, it's gonna map out the format, everything you asked for. It might give you paragraphs, all the paragraphs you need that you could talk about to then get to 20 pages. And all you gotta do now, if you really are trying to let the teacher not only know that you covering your tracks, because you don't want it to be plagiarized like too crazy to where, the AI probably pulls something from, and I don't know it to be true if they just pull from like one source completely or if it's like multiple sources, but we do know that the AI is the internet to where it's gonna pull from multiple sources anyway. So what I'm saying is, you go in there, you go in each paragraph, and this is from a writing standpoint. You go into each paragraph and you make sure that it's words you would have said, and then you tweak those words, or you replace that sentence or two or three. You probably keep what the AI said here and there because that made sense and it was a basic formality or a line or a transition. You identify what to take, what to keep, and then you turn in the paper, and then the teacher won't feel like, oh, okay, he didn't just press a button to get his answers. He actually put his input and his thought process behind his paper. You know what I'm saying? That's real shit. Because there was people out there that before this AI shit came about, motherfuckers was just copy, right click, save, copy paste. You know what I'm saying? On shit anyway. Like, and then they would get written up, or they would, bomb the test because it was word for word from somebody else, that sounded, professional or whatever. You know what I mean? So even in real life before the AI, motherfuckers felt the way about you copying somebody's work. And shit, that I agree. Like that is tricky. If you gonna pay homage to something or copy from somewhere, it has to be, your input mixed with the homage of why you did what you did for interpolation. That's just me. A lot of people ain't gonna cite their sources or whatever, and especially with music, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people sample things and they take it word for word, or the beat is damn near the same beat. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, damn, what really changed for me or the people listening to justify the grade they should give you for giving us a good song to listen to? You know what I'm saying? If you don't copied everything from somebody else, that's why it's looked down upon. But at the same time, I understand why people copy too, because it forms a structure for you to follow and then practice, so that way when you find other things that might be similar to it, you'll know what to do when the time comes. You know what I'm saying? And shit, if you're a music connoisseur and you listen to mad music from, mad genres and mad different styles of writing and different languages of hearing sound and what word sounds well in the right pocket, the way how it just rides. Like, when you learn all of that science, at least for me, I ended up loving that shit. I ended up being like, yo, like, you know, I'll interpolate, you know, Gavin DeGraw on one song, but I'll keep a similar structure, right? Not the same. I'll keep a similar structure, and the pocket where the cadence is similar to him, I'll change the words completely, because this is my narrative, this is my story, this is my perspective on how I see it being used right now. You know what I'm saying? That man would have never thought that I incorporated a pop, you know, early 2000s song. You know, I incorporated that flavor by mixing that with Fall Out Boy, to then mix that in a 9-minute diss record. You know what I'm saying? I got 4 beat changes. That's not the same. That's not the same homework. See what I'm saying? Like that beat, that what I'm talking about was at the end of the song too. So that was the 4th beat. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not the same paper as Gavin DeGraw that made that one song, and that one song was the whole thing, and then people gonna be like, wow, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then now when they hear me at minute 8, you know, 8 minutes and 30 seconds or 40 seconds, they're like, yo, wait a minute, that remind me of so-and-so. That's the reference. You know what I'm saying? The whole song for 9 minutes wasn't on some, I don't want to be da-da-da-da-da. It wasn't like that for 9 fucking minutes. You know what I'm saying? We paid homage where it mattered, where it made sense. And then we did the homework on re-engineering. You see what I'm saying? We mixed 2 bands that got nothing to do with each other. Probably dropped around the same era, but they got nothing to do with each other. But at the same time, it's through me and what I went through in that era, and how I relate to that era, and what's going on in this era. And so we time machine that shit over right here, right now, onto the tuxedo. And then it's like, damn, like, how did he think of that? What motivated him to, you know what I'm saying, think like that? Like, that was so unexpected. Wow, we give him a S, not an A, a S. Fuck you talking about? We give him a S. Cause it was unexpected, it was thought-provoking, it was emotional, it was well written, it had his identity, his voice. That's what fucking matters. See what I'm saying? That's what matters. Then, right? Then, what we could do for shit that's whatever, you know, secretary work and shit, we tell them, yo, ChatGPT. Oh, you know I gotta grab my phone for showcase purposes. Yo, ChatGPT. You know what I'm saying? Write me an Instagram caption, write me a TikTok caption, write me a social media caption in different fonts about what I'm talking about in this song right here. Hold on. Here's the artwork. You got the artwork? I'm talking to this shit like a person. Yo, now that you got the artwork, analyze it top to bottom, what you see, how it resonates with the verse I'm talking about, and then in 400 characters, come out with X, Y, Z, and the third for me to post online. Because in real time for me, right, it takes too much motherfucking time trying to think what to say to you motherfuckers. I'ma be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? I'ma be honest with you. All of that posting and, you know, motherfuckers be saying quotes like, you know, I don't even want to get into it and butcher the quotes, but, you know, you're gonna see, you know, Socrates quotes and Plato quotes, and, you know, everybody wanna sound like philosophical. Man, Google that shit. When Google was the first AI, I was Googling mad shit, bro. I was self-learning mad shit, reading mad books, listening to mad things. You see what I'm saying? And now I have it to where I'm time efficient. I'm more effective on just telling it what the fuck I want. You see what I'm saying? And then it prints out. Cause look, this ain't like, oh, he ain't real enough cause he AI'd his caption. So he didn't mean them words cause it's AI. Fuck is you talking about? Ain't nobody grading nobody off what the fuck they saying. Especially when everybody be copying other people's statuses for likes from other platforms. think I don't know. Niggas be doing that shit. They see some shit on X that pop, they save that shit, throw it on their Facebook early in the morning, and now they Facebook friends that's going to school and going to work, they see that funny shit and they think that person made that funny shit. Whole time it was somebody on the X account from New Zealand somewhere where the time code is different and the zone is different and all of that. Yeah, like niggas, we know it's the internet. And so all I'm saying is, right, it's gonna be hypocritical because I may not make beats, you know, on the physical, on the machine, the 1-2. I might not do that, but I might be more inclined of using an AI app to do that for me. If I want to save bread, if I want to save time. I didn't come into the game being a beat maker though. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? And look, this might piss off a lot of producers, but last time I checked, this was my life. You know what I mean? Like, I don't give a fuck about how y'all use it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm learning on how to use it. You know? Now, when I give a fuck about something, if I am a beat maker, right? Let's say I am a beat maker. You feel me? Because to a degree, I arrange beats, so it's not like it's too far off. But let me just cook. Let's say I am a beat maker, so now I care about making music on the writing side and then making music on the beat side, right? I'm still gonna use AI. Like, I'm still gonna use AI. Probably not to make the beat, but to at least at that point, if I have more care in the craft, being hands-on with shit, then I'm gonna let the AI do some shit that I can't do, or find some shit that I can't find. And instead of just busting my brain trying to figure out where to find that shit, I know AI can find it. So it's just knowing how to be resourceful. It's knowing how to use tools. It's knowing where you're insufficient, right? And then you go, alright, now I'm strong over there because I got this steroid right here. You know what I'm saying? Because that's really what it is. It's like everybody's playing on, you know, steroid. You know what I'm saying? Just everybody got it. You know what I'm saying? But it, you know, again, I was real enough to tell you that I'm not a beat maker, and so I'm probably not gonna give a fuck about AIing a beat just so I can rap on it and then get all the royalties. Instead, what it sound like to me is that I'm getting all the royalties. That's what it sound like. It sound like Blaine gets this whole pie. It doesn't sound like the producer get 50%, you know, the sampler get another percent. You know what I'm saying? Everybody gonna get percents but the artist. You know what I'm saying? It don't sound like that. It sound like I'm making all of this shit under me, and then when I put that out, I'm paying me. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And if you care about something, be hands-on with it. You know what I'm saying? If you care about your kids, be in your kids' life. It's that simple. Be present. You know what I'm saying? Or let AI raise your kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit ain't no different than the Jeffersons or the Jetsons. Motherfuckers is paying his wife. He tried to give the wife a couple of dollars in the little car in the air. Bitch took the wallet. You know what I'm saying? Bitch took the wallet, but they had a whole robot nanny cleaning the crib on autopilot. Now, what that does for the future, obviously, it's gonna be pros and cons to everything, because we'll probably be in a society where we're just more reliant on using the tools rather than learning or knowing what the tool is doing. You know what I'm saying? But it's no different than if you don't know how to change your tire, you go to a mechanic that can change your tire. Some people might know how to change their tire, but they go, you know what, like, I'm not trying to get greasy and oily. You know what I mean? I could go to Bruce's right now in 10 minutes. You know, they can do that, swap the oil. I ain't got the oil. They could do a whole full synthetic sweep, you know, shit. Plus my air filter is dusty. I'll buy another one for $10. So, you know, you get more for your buck when you're there for one thing, but then you can get other things. Now when you knock out those things, it's more convenient. You see what I'm saying? It's more convenient. The reason why you niggas is fat, the reason why you niggas is overweight, because it's convenient to DoorDash. And I'm hearing a lot about you niggas using Klarna for DoorDash. That's crazy. That's crazy. It ain't even your money, right? So if you could justify using Afterpay and other things that isn't your money, but you could justify using that money to get fat off DoorDash, then you most definitely can justify AI. If you don't know how to fix your tire or whatever it is, so you go to a store that can repair that shit for a price, it's no different than AI. You don't know some shit, and so you pay for what the fuck you don't know, whether that be money, time, or energy. Period. Feel me? I know how to change my tire. It's just a matter of, do I have the time or the energy to change that motherfucking tire? And the money for the tire, if I have a new fucking tire. Or I might just go to the spot that already got the tire. And then they could do that right there with the rim. Pop the shit out, put this new one back on. You know what I mean? Like, let's just be real with ourselves. Like, we was AI and ourselves a long fucking time ago. You know what I'm saying? Autotune was already AI. There's a lot of shit that's already automated, bro. There's a lot of shit that's already automated. So I'm gonna need y'all to get out y'all feelings about this shit. You know what I mean? Come walk with me on being cyborgs in this shit, because I wouldn't be surprised if Elon figured out a way where humans can get a USB-C in the arm and then download new languages, or in the back of your head and shit with the Neuralink. They already working on shit like that. And I'm not saying that I would do some shit like that. You know what I mean? Because I don't want an automatic kill switch where it's like, yo, like, you know what I mean, you gotta rob the bank, or else like you become Terminator, you kill your whole family, you gotta live with that. And it's like, like I didn't sign up for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, like shit that we know is gonna be rolled out for entertainment purposes and be good. And you know, nowadays they got AI videos where it damn near look like the person doing some wild shit. And you might go like, damn, like for artistic purposes, that might be fire. But if you got an AI version of you that's committing a crime in Sweden, okay, you know what I'm saying? And that shit look legit. And then somehow a hacker was like, yo, like, let's make it look real. Like, let's buy an AC out there. Like, let's get Taco Bell out there. Like, let's make it look average. Like, he just moved out there. Like, and then next year, like, yo, why is my money doing more footsteps than me physically? Then it's like, yo, like, it's just crazy. Now you might have to go to court. Now, you know what I'm saying? Yo, your digital self, you know what I'm saying? Like, is under scrutiny for like wild shit that you would have never done. And now it's like, yo, it's a whole fucking Black Mirror episode. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole fucking episode of that shit. So it's like, at some point, as technology advances, I keep saying this, the laws have to catch up. At some point. At some point. You feel me? And look, you know, people feel replaced. You know what I'm saying? People feel like, damn, like, why you getting the same shit that everybody else got when you could just always get it custom? But see, here's the thing. Right? The black and white Chuck Taylors, right? I don't know if you young boys are still on that, but for me, that's my era, right? Chuck Taylor, you feel me? The regular black and white joints. You know what I'm saying? I had those for the everyday black and white go with any outfit, and then I got the custom baby blue army double tongue fatigues with the blizzy on the left side of the shoe and the Blaine on my right side of the shoe. You understand what I'm saying? Talk about custom. Nigga, that's been me for a long time. That was high school. But then, even though I had the custom Chucks, I still had the American Eagle baby blue with the black checkered, you know what I mean, flannel. You know what I'm saying? That was still an everybody gear that anybody could have had. You know what I'm saying? I just needed that for the color scheme to go with my motherfucking Chucks that nobody got, because I customized these shits. You understand? So there's gonna be a combination of shit. You know, I'm never really one to just keep it all the way plagiarized like type shit. I like to have variation in my shit. That's the new shit that makes it fresh. It's the new shit that makes it fresh. You can't hate on my perspective of fresh because it's not your standard. You can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got their own thing. But not everybody continue to do their own thing, because you know why? They get people telling them to do it another way, and when they try that way and it's not for them, but they feel like that's what's successful, but it's not for them. They feel like they owe themselves to what they think is successful, but it's not for them, so you're not gonna enjoy it. Then you gotta ask yourself, what the fuck are you doing this for? For you or for them? And if it's for them, then this is not for you, because you ain't even being you to do it for you. You doing this shit for them. Fuck them. Give a fuck who it is, man. Fuck them. In the sense of their opinion. Their opinion don't matter. They could be good people, but fuck what they talking about when they don't understand the realms that you reside in. You understand? You understand? Like I've been doing this shit for a long time, and it be bothersome sometimes when you talk to people that you love and care about, and they try to sway you to their side of the fence. And for me, it's like, there's nothing wrong with that, but you know, I'm gonna always probably take the thing that I like out of it and just incubate it over here to see what it adds to me. I don't ever want to take the whole thing or something like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't ever want, like I got an artwork about One Piece. You know, I fused a professional photo of myself. I was in like a leather Superman jacket. I had a Majin Buu beanie from Dragon Ball Z. I had a fresh haircut. I had a serious face, and then I had got this customized One Piece jacket. I think that shit came from Thailand, if I'm not mistaken. And then I ordered a blanket, a One Piece blanket from Temu. You know what I'm saying? That shit was fire. It had like a GTA layout to it, right? And you know, I put that in the chat, and then told the chat some more details on, you know, what the artwork, because I got this song called Gear 4. You know what I'm saying? I got the joint called Gear 4. You know, I'm up to date on One Piece, by the way. I'm up to date. Like, talk to me nice. I'm up to date. If you're not up to date, get up to date. You know what I'm saying? Don't talk to me if you're not up to date. You know what I'm saying? I'm fucking with you. I'm being an elitist now. But what I'm saying though is that, you know, I got inspired from the show. I wanted to add it to my repertoire of things that I've made. And so I was like, yo, let me create some artwork with the AI. Let's see what the AI could do, right? Now, the AI one time, after all the ingredients I gave it, one time, executed flawless victory, one time, right? And I know that with that blueprint, I could send it to somebody I know that could really do this shit on an elite level, and then take it to, you know, someplace else magical, right? But the thing about it is, you gotta know when something is cooked, when something is done, when something is ready to be released. You know, if you feel like if the photo I got was lacking in certain areas, and I might have wanted a different font, or I might have wanted my name tricked out a certain way somewhere, then either I'll figure out how to do it, or I send it to someone who could do it on that level, right? But say for example, you got shit going on in the world where, you know, people are beefing, and you want to create a YouTube show, right? You want to create a YouTube show about the topic, and you know it's a sensitive topic, and everybody talking about it. Everyone's talking about it, so you know the current is there. You know the attention span is there. You know the audience is there. For right or wrong, you know, for positive or negative, it's there, right? So now it's like, well, why would I go to my dude that can do something professional, knowing that his time is valuable, right? To cook a topic thumbnail about what's going on, when I get the most out of him, I maximize the best out of him, doing shit that I want for me, that I care about. Right, which is the music, right? I would rather put the professional to what's professional to me that I care about. When it comes to this YouTube shit, I'm not saying you can't be professional with your thumbnails. You know what I'm saying? If you have the self-skill to be professional and do it, then you do it. If you AI the shit because you're not as skilled with editing, but you AI it and you know how to use the AI, then do it. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is there is no one way. And what I'm also saying is it also depends on what you care about. Me personally, if this is just content of me talking in video form on YouTube, then the thumbnail can be AI. Or if I feel like it's gonna be a serious show, then I could plan effectively of who to call and make that serious thumbnail. But at the end of the day, it's a thumbnail. I'm not gonna be tripping about no thumbnail. Now, when it comes to music, when it comes to you get a a plaque in the mail with your record, the artwork of that record, how many units it sold, your name, the producer, the credits, whatever, right? That's when to me it's like, yeah, the artwork matter because that shit is in a plaque. People ain't getting no YouTube thumbnail of every episode on a plaque when they do numbers. You understand? So the care for me is just different. It's not even debatable. If you don't care about some shit, you're not gonna go all the way on some shit. You probably gonna get some shit for what you need right then when you need it, bro. And that's that. It's no argument. Shit you care about, you pour into it. You throw money into it. You put time into it. You think more on it. You marinate on it. You can wait on it. Come back to it. And then up it and then put it out. That's the shit you care about. Shit that's in the moment that don't really, you just talking about it to get clicks, views, or you just talking about it because you in the flow state of creating. And I'm not saying that you won't develop a standard over time, but what I'm saying is know that it is the internet and nobody takes anything serious on the internet. And if you're gonna be the person that say, well, that's not true, Blaine, I care about it, dog, you are not the majority. Sit the fuck down. Sit the fuck down. You don't know what the fuck you talking about. I've been on the internet for a long time. I've seen dirt go viral. I've seen cats go viral. I've seen bullshit, grainy, low pixelated images go viral. Like, there's nothing you can sell me. You know what I mean? Because every time when I do the elite shit anyway, that shit barely get likes because either y'all and y'all feelings that can't do it, and that's not the AI. That's the nigga that is a built AI. My man's is a built. I already had a human AI before y'all got the app. You know what I'm saying? And so all I'm saying is I know that motherfuckers don't like shit too perfect or too crispy. Oh, he an industry plant because his photo, his profile photo is better than, you know, half the people he know that he think is doing something with their life. It's like, yo, the perception of one's image, you know what I mean? Like, it's I'm not gonna argue. You know what I'm saying? I'm not, at this point of the game, I'm not gonna argue. What I'm gonna just tell you is that, you know, for whatever you're trying to create, be self-efficient and organize and manage your time. You know, for me, I'd rather give my mans an assignment. You know what I mean? Like, yo, you work on the beats with this concept. Yo, you know, for this artwork, I want this by this date, but they gotta incorporate this. If you don't incorporate all of that, figure out what's a good substitute. Just make it fresh. But this is the premise. Work on that. Me, I'm doing a YouTube show, whatever it is, and I'm gonna chop up the content later. You know what I mean? I'm learning how to edit. I'm learning, you know, what to ask ChatGPT for, so that way I can maximize the best result. You know, I still want a quality result because I'm already built on a mountain of quality results. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying I'm just gonna accept anything from me because my taste is where I have it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have to also enjoy what I'm making and what I'm watching. If I don't, then it's not coming out. If it's out, that means it's mission complete. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not arguing with myself for what's out. What I'm saying though is that know how to use the technology as the shit advances, you know, and people that, you know, are not well versed on it is just gonna get left behind, period. You know, and then the people that feel left behind are gonna be like, oh well, these guys are cheating because all they're doing, they'll just all you doing like, oh, you just watch One Piece. Yeah, but I finished it too. You bitch ass niggas ain't finished shit. Had how many years? About like 20 plus? Ain't finished it yet? That's on you. My man told me last year, you know, even he been telling me, and I just been like, yo, the episodes, like what everybody say. Yo, come on, man, who got the time? Then I realized, yo, I watched mad bullshit for that long or a little bit under. Yo, let me give it a shot. Gave it a shot. Nigga, I maximized that shit in like 3.5 months. All of it. All of it. And I had the luxury, right? I had the luxury of watching it all like that in one go, because when technology was at its basic form, we weren't able to stream it like that back then. You guys was getting fed an episode a clip, an episode a week type shit. You know, couple episodes a month type shit. Me, I got all of that shit in one slider. I could binge that whole shit. That's cause technology advanced for me to binge the whole shit. So you niggas gonna get mad about that? Y'all gonna get mad about that? You know what I'm saying? Think about it. Think about it. Shit had to progress. You know what I'm saying? It's all in the mindset on the progress of it. If you're thinking from a de-evolved state, then you're gonna digress. I'm thinking about it from a progressive state, so I'm gonna enhance what I'm thinking about, and the autonomy to do it right away, not wait on somebody having their own responsibilities in life, and then they gotta be in the mojo and the spirit to create the shit you paying them for or not paying them for. It's just, you know, they gotta get in their own vibe. Even I gotta get in my own vibe. It's kind of actually off-putting at times when people want to collab with me, not because I don't want to collab with them, but because my time isn't as free to just sit down and write. Even if I have the time, it don't mean that it's that time to write. You know what I mean? And that's not lazy, because a lot of you bitch ass niggas don't have half the shit I got out, because a lot of you niggas don't care. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to hear it from you fake fucking gurus out there talking about, yo, this is what you should do as an artist, and every other fucking video I see from you guys is something else. You know what I'm saying? Yo, this is the new thing. Now this is the new, yo, like just make music. You know, don't worry about a regiment plan. Don't worry about all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? You motherfuckers don't even give a fuck about the music now. Y'all talk less about the music and talk more about, yo, it's the other things around the music. Okay, I guess. Maybe. I said wrong. Maybe that just worked for you. For me, I want it to be undeniable. I want you niggas to know that I was balls deep, making mad songs, putting mad songs out, different flavors, genres, perspectives, characters, universes, you name it. You know what I'm saying? And however the fuck that shit come out, it's gonna exist. It's gonna be right in your face. I'm gonna put that shit in your face. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put that shit in your face. Girl, I know it's been a while. Let me tell you crazy ass fucks just be hating on the fact that someone know how to utilize their time. Someone know how to use their 24 hours in a day to achieve something that you was lamping on, harping on, and just being like, you know what I'm saying, just so closed off from the fact of like, yo, you can do that too. I'm not trying to wait on nobody. There's gonna be things that I care about that I can't really pull off, and so that at that point I might be at the mercy of waiting for somebody to create that shit and then have it ready for me, because I know that if I put that person in position, even though they do something that I can't do, if I put them in that position to win it and achieve it, we both share the win. We both share the win. I know how to share my win. I know how to share my toys. I know that I can't do everything. But for the things that are like, man, like, that shit is a doozy, that shit is a floater, and we still consistent on being active, and we doing new things while we being active with the floater shit and with the purposeful shit. That's the fine balance you need to have, because then the other side of that is not doing anything at all. Not putting someone in the position to win, whether that has to do with you or not. Knowing when to pass an opportunity or let somebody know that there's something going on. A lot of niggas want to gatekeep the opportunity, or because you feel like the shine might be more for them, or whatever you think. And none of it matters. You know what I mean? None of it actually matters. Fuck you niggas. None of it actually matters. You can't ever think you're that important in someone's life. You know what I'm saying? You just can't. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got their own priorities, man. Everybody got their own life, the way how they want to live it, and you know, the way how they see it for themselves. You know what I'm saying? You can't overstep that. You can't overstep that. So at best, right, to showcase a quality person, not being performative, I let people know when it's time to execute something. And if I could benefit also, then that's a plus. We know that. But you know what I mean? Overall, it's like, nah, that's where I feel like that person could win. You know what I'm saying? But y'all don't want to share wins. Y'all don't want to share wins unless it's you know, it's with y'all in the win. You know what I mean? Y'all can't ever see a win with you outside of the win. It's like I've seen mad people win. People that I went to school win. They became famous. You know, expensive, lavish trips and cars and women and awards, and you know, and they from my same backyard, not upstate Ithaca. I'm talking cats in Atlanta, cats in Florida, cats throughout the city that became like, you know, comedians on the internet, or you know what I mean, like became dancers, and you know what I'm saying. Niggas didn't hate watch them. Niggas put a comment, niggas liked some shit, told some other dancers or whoever that's in that same vibe, like, yo, watch these videos. Like, that's me sharing an interest. Bitch ass niggas don't know how to share your toys and share your interest. Y'all trying to hold it to yourselves, and then what ends up happening is I'ma make some shit anyway that's gonna crack that shit anyway. And so all that shit that you was trying to protect, it didn't matter anyway. You just thought you could buy yourself some time. You a whole ass nigga, like on all levels. On all levels. And that goes to anybody. I'm talking to anybody who feel that way. I'm talking to anybody who feel that way. You know, like I'm coming here on this platform today, not even really to be PC, and this ain't your typical video where we just gonna be kosher about that. And this ain't some, oh, we gotta be exaggerated for the plays and for the likes. I don't like none of you niggas, to keep it a stack. I don't. My audience is gonna find me and rock with me for me. You know what I'm saying? We not gonna people please. If you don't like something I said, but you know that the other things that I said was valid, I implore you to stick around. You know what I'm saying? Because you can still grab gems. I'm not saying shit to discourage anybody. This ain't the video to discourage anybody. This is the video to implant confidence in self, so that way you can try things that is just new to you. You know what I'm saying? And look, AI is new. You know, if you're ass at making photos, make the fucking, you know, photos with AI. If you're trash at making songs, and that's what you want to do, you want to AI music, it's still hip hop, because it's still music. The content is still hip hop. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta also understand, you can't act like, you know, you're in the same breath and conversation with people that didn't rely on AI making the verse, you know, from top to bottom, and you can't do that. Can't match it. And even me saying you can't do something, I can't tell you what you can or can't do, and that's me knowing that. I'm just letting you know that the massive perception of the world is, fuck nigga, these gods and elders and immortals that have done it without or revered a certain way, because you know it's coming from their brain, it's coming from their mind. And that's what we're respecting, right? That's the original IP address. It's where the fuck it came from. See what I'm saying? And so that's why we can't respect your verse. You can't respect that chorus. You know, a lot of people want to be like, yo, chorus, anything for the chorus, because, you know, it's just the chorus. No, it's writing. Bitch ass nigga, it's writing. Respect the writing. All of you old fucks that had to, you know what I'm saying, get their chorus written for them, but want to say, and this could be controversial, right? Because everybody play it safe. We not playing it safe, man. Writing is writing. You understand? Performing your vocals. You may not have the best vocals for what you're writing, but it's still the composition. It's still the splits and the percentages. That's what you're getting paid from. It's the writing. So me, the verse and the chorus and the bridge and the intro and the outro, the same way how a producer's a writer and what you hear is the whole fucking beat, no words, just the beat, and the whole beat was basically writing in wave form. It's writing, period. And so what I look at is, if you can write your own shit, you know what I'm saying? If you can write your own shit and then write it for others as well, and then you can make them make hits, you was an AI to them. You was an AI to them. You was their ghostwriter. They basically bought a human AI to do some shit that they couldn't do, but if they pay you to do it, they could copy you and act like it's you, even though it's them. Fuck is you talking about? But you niggas wanna get mad at AI? Fuck is you talking about? You niggas was already AI. Ghostwriters was the early AI. What? How many headlines y'all want? How many y'all want? We have to pack this shit up. We gonna have to stop talking about this shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people wasn't out here being ghosted and used for their identities, but they never got the credit. That's been going on for a long fucking time. Plagiarists, AI artists, and you know what I mean? You can't be mad at the robots that got autonomy to do it, and so now humans feel a way that, yo, we don't know what the robot is thinking. Nigga, you don't even know who that dude in front of you or in the supermarket is thinking. You don't know. That nigga could be anybody. That man could try to air out everybody. You don't know what anybody is thinking. You know what I mean? But everybody's so afraid of the AI. We made the shit by looking at nature, by looking at us. That's how we made the shit. So it's no different than being afraid of us. Be afraid of the programmer. Be afraid of the thoughts that it embeds the AI with, or it allows the AI to have access to. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I can't just access Cerberus codes from the Olympus Has Fallen movie. I can't just access, yo, AI, yo, ChatGPT, yo, give me all the new codes and tell me which secretary on the first floor of the White House has the code, so that way, you know, I could plan, you know, a kidnapping and figure out how to interrogate her for the code. You know what I'm saying? Allegedly. Let me just say allegedly. I don't want the feds in my place. You know what I'm saying? This is an example. I got it. You know what I'm saying? The ChatGPT ain't gonna give me that shit, because the ChatGPT only has a certain access to certain things that's public domain for everybody to use and see. You know what I'm saying? Like, what? Nigga, what? You know what I'm saying? Like, if it was that easy, like what? You feel me? It's bad enough that they put it in movies to make niggas fantasize about how to do it. You know? Yo, here's the script of how we gonna say our country got shook down by Korea or by, you know, London. You know what I'm saying? Like, we'll give them the blueprint. This is what you gotta do to keep us distracted as Americans. And, you know, this is what they gotta do when they come to the White House. They gotta all line up and put C4 under the cars and, you know, make a pathway. Like, that's some elaborate shit you showing niggas in the world just for the sake of entertainment. You know what I'm saying? Like, really think about that. Really think about that. You know what I'm saying? The AI, I wouldn't imagine the AI knowing some shit like that, because that means the government's not doing their job for the shit to be that easily accessed. The fuck we got hackers for? You know what I'm saying? So all I'm saying is, you feel me? All I'm saying is, anything can be used for good or bad, bro. You know what I'm saying? Anything could be used for that. It's up to the person, you know? And again, what you care about. If you don't care about artwork or making beats, you don't care to learn how to make that shit, but you're trying to enter industry or a creative world where, you know, you're talking about subject matters, so you need a quick thumbnail, or, you know, you're shit, let's say you're an AI artist making AI music. I know a lot of streamers now that are making their own AI music, and, you know, they try to say, you know, they wrote the lyrics, but, you know, they AI the rest of it. And it's like, we'll never know the percentages of what someone told the AI to determine how much of whatever they wrote is what they actually wrote, like, versus the AI. You know what I'm saying? Like, even me telling y'all now that I use AI, you'll say, because, you know, you a defeated loser, you know, you'll say that, oh, you know, that last song that he put out about his aunt passing away, and, you know, 2 other women that was important to him passing away, like, yeah, like, those women didn't matter to him. Like, he didn't write that. You don't know that I didn't write it, but you do know that I put it out. But it's just safer for you to say that you don't know that I wrote it, because I told you just now that I use AI as a tool for things or for information. No different like Google before the AI apps came out. But since you a bitch ass nigga and you want to believe the counterproductive version because that just sound better to you, because you might not like me for whatever whole ass reason, that's what you'll lean to, because you're already a negative thinking individual. And so I can't blame you. Just stay your whole ass over there. Don't bring that shit over here. Bring that shit over here. Fuck is we talking about? Don't bring that energy over here. You feel me? You feel me? I got no problem telling anybody what I use something for. And I also know it's not your damn business. Period. Because we not gonna act like you bitch ass niggas care about the art forms anyway. We not gonna act like that. It's not what we not. Yo, I've seen bullshit that could have used AI. That's how some of y'all are with a lot of y'all shit that is in real time. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, whatever's important to you, that's what I encourage for you to like learn the world of, and you know what I'm saying? Like, just really fall in love with that process, because, you know, ultimately, if it's more than dollars, right? It's more than what the fame could, you know, be bestowed to you for. If it's more than all of those things, man, it'll keep you happy and running on your own fuel source for a long time. You know, you don't ever have to go outside of your fuel source to someone else's or for something else and be confident. I can say that music definitely helped me with my confidence. It helped me with how to be more direct and to the point, instead of always talking in code and people just say, oh, you're so ahead of your time that it's hard to understand you. And then when you say some shit that they understand, you know what I'm saying? It's still, oh, but it could have been this. Look, everybody's gonna have their own opinion on what it could have been. All I'm gonna do is just keep putting out material from all angles, and we switch up the angles, we switch up the flows, we switch up the clothes, we switch up the styles, like I said, yo, we've done a lot with switching up in general, you know, but we never switched up on our integrity for this shit. You know what I'm saying? Nobody can say they wrote my verse ever in life. Nobody. I could take ideas from people. I have friends that might have gave me a line. You know what I'm saying? And then even within that line, I still restructure it to make it fit in my thesis paper. You know what I'm saying? And then sometimes if the line was potent with the cadence and how it was said, you shouldn't touch that line, because your ego is like, that line was in perfect syncopation with the rhythm and all of that. It was in the pocket and all of that. Take that line. Stop being stupid. I got shit off Snapple bottle caps. I got shit off of fortune cookies. You gonna be mad that I went to a buffet, I cracked open a fortune cookie, You know what I'm saying? And I saw some true shit with some lottery numbers. You gonna be mad, bitch ass nigga, if I put them lottery numbers, you know what I'm saying, from the fortune cookie and then win the lotto? And then what you gonna say on the internet? Oh, yo, he would have never got those numbers if he didn't go to the buffet. If he didn't randomly pick up the fucking fortune cookie and eat that and read the note. That's what you gonna say. You always gonna make the excuse because you a lame ass nigga, man. Step your shit up. Stop hating on the next man. Stop hating because you don't know how to be resourceful. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he just got lucky. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. The idea came to me. Yo, crack open the cookie, read the numbers. Yo, it'd be funny if I read these numbers and then write these shits for the lotto. And then it was so funny I did it. And then it was so funny I was laughing to the bank. The fuck is we talking about? The fuck is we talking about? And with that being said, I'm gonna end the stream on that, man. I'm gonna end the stream on that. Know yourself, apply yourself. The tools is nothing but wealth. And depending on who you are will determine, you know what I'm saying, if you'll have a positive experience or a negative experience. But either way, you know what I'm saying, like this is your life to command. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I mean? Lock in.